Donny Sawyer. What do you think? Is it easier for you to get gigs in this town because of your style, as opposed to, say, Lucid over here with Noah Boinay, because they play an edgier, harder rock?
See, I haven't hung around that scene much, so I don't know.
Am I the only rock and roller in this room?
Oh, no.
Yeah, you're probably the only one that'll swear, right?
No, but what do you think? I mean, is it tough for even doing your genre? Because country music's very popular.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really had a problem getting gigs, but I don't know, it seems a little different than 10 years ago. You know, that's slowed up a bit. Hopefully we'll bring it all back.
Well, that's what... Yes?
No, I was just saying hi to Jim Gardner walking in.
Hey, Jon Moore.
What's happening?
Johnny's raising
There he
his
is.
hand.
Did you have something to say, John? Would you like to share it with the rest of the class?
Well, I was just thinking that it's nice to see that a town like Pittsfield puts a lot of effort into trying to attract bands and music and art to their scene, but then it sort of backlashes when police and violence or little issues come up that kind of put a wet blanket on the whole scene for everyone. And,
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know, it would be really nice to see, I don't know, some kind of more positive spin actually succeed. But, you know, where does it come from, and, you know, when do the people jump on and support it?
Right. My goodness. Can someone make sure that my windows in my car are closed?
Sure. I was just going to say the same thing.
Oh, all set?
You want to check the Black Dodge right now?
Yeah. Let's send my brother-in-law out to get wet. So let's see. Because, well, I was talking to Bernice Lewis this past week, talking to her about, you know, ideas for today's show and whatnot. And she said that one of the biggest factors is that people constantly are asking the musicians to play for free. Now,
You know, years ago I used to do all kinds of benefits, stuff like that, but yeah, I'm finding that more so now. It's true. Which, I mean, I have no problem with helping out and doing stuff.
right.
But we got to make a living.
Exactly.
It's all we're all
I
trying
mean,
to
they
make this our
talk about
life.
how that's their business.
Yeah.
They want to make money. You know, it's kind of our bands. That's our business. You know.
Right.
So now and then, yeah, it's nice to make a couple bucks. You know.
Well, what about a band like, say, Tamboura? I've got Dave Reed here. Now, Tamboura, you're playing. You do small gigs at the Lion's Den, and I'm sure, do people hit you up a lot for free stuff?
They do, but talking about the shrinking gig market,
Here, step up.
from what I understand, the Lion's Den is going to stop with bands that just go with solos and duos, so Tamboura is not going to be at the Den any longer. So.
No way.
Yeah, so things are drying up there. We have to go as far away as the Caribbean to get gigs.
No way.
Oh, we got some pride.
Oh, hence the shirt.
Can I join
Look
your
at
band?
that.
So, but you know, when you're talking about making a living, sometimes people go, "Oh my gosh, $500 for a band," you know, but they don't understand. You know, a 3-piece, even if it's a 3-piece, you're not even making $200 a piece for a 4 or 5 hour gig.
Right.
You know?
I think a lot of people too. They just see the 4 hours you're there. You know,
Right.
they don't see the getting ready, driving there, setting up, and then at the end you got to tear down.
Yeah,
It turns into an all-day thing.
we
Really.
basically play for free. They pay us to drive around, set things up, and practice and stuff. You know.
The playing's the fun
Buy
part.
strings, Yeah.
Buy parts for our trucks.
Yeah.
There's a big joke for musicians that used to go to open mics or play out. The most they'll spend to play out is $50.
It's true.
No more than that.
Yeah, well, musicians are poor in general. That's Steve Mole, everybody. How you doing, Steve?
Great.
Yeah?
Great, Shane. Yeah. Out of nowhere, it's starting to pick up a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah, we played Dalton Community House last week, and it was running real well. We actually got paid for that gig. That was something different for out of nowhere. Yeah.
You guys were on TV. Actually, when you did my show a few months ago, you were going to be on TV.
Yeah,
How'd
that never. I recorded it, but it was never on TV.
No
We're
way.
supposed to do another one August 21st in Pittsfield.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting out there a little bit. We played the Front Yard Pub. But I think it helps if a band or a group is flexible. If you can play alone or with 2 people or with 3 people or 4 or 5. I think that helps.
How do you practice for that, though? I mean, do you?
I know, it's just a theory. It's just a theory, basically, because, I tried to start with 5 and I ended up with 3, which works fine.
Now, what about places that don't charge a cover? Do you find that you get better turnouts for non-cover places as opposed to places that say, please give us $5?
I think so.
Yeah. But then it gets tougher if you, for the Lion's Den, for Tamboura, or Bernice, or any of the people that play the Lion's Den, then they have a gig down here in further South County where they have to pay for it. Sometimes you don't want to mix and match those things.
Well, like we were playing Bogies, and they charge $5, and plus there's no smoking in there. That also puts a damper on it. But like the Cove, we packed that place.
Right.
It's free cover, and you could smoke in there.
Right.
It's a smaller place, but people just like that better. Extra bottle of beer, I guess.
Yeah.
That $5.
That $5. Gotta have that extra bottle of beer. I also have, let's see, over here I've got the one of the members of the Ladies Auxiliary Ukulele Orchestra, Cathy Schane-Lydon. And
Hey, Fred.
what's going on with the ladies?
Well, we couldn't get Amy to show up from England.
No.
I know. She sends her apologies.
That's okay.
But we put together a little farewell cut for you.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
This one right here?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I play it?
No, not at all.
Alrighty. This is the Ladies Auxiliary Ukulele Orchestra. I love that name. I love this band. And you have a new member, I understand. I was
Yep.
talking to Bernice.
Yep.
And very excited about that. Now she's trying to figure out how to track you down.
Yeah.
And so we've got the Ladies Auxiliary Ukulele Orchestra, and they recorded a track for me. And I'm going to play it now on Sunday Live.
Bye-bye, Fred. Bye-bye, Sunday Live. How will we survive without a favorite guy? Bye-bye, Fred. He hosted the Trading Post. We like him the most. We're gonna miss you, bye-bye. He played some requests. He played good tunes. We got down with our bad selves and howled to the moon. He announced our birthdays, anniversaries too. He admonished us not to eat too much cake or it would give us a tummy ache and all that hoo-ha. Bye, Fred, see you later. Good luck in all you do. Remember we love you. Bye-bye, Fred, goodbye. Bye-bye, Fred, bye-bye. Bye-bye, Fred, goodbye. If you like a ukulele lady like you, bye-bye.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna cry now. Well, my buddy Will over there from Underrated Entertainment said, Fred, you're gonna cry during your last show. You know that.
Hey, Steve, give Fred a tissue.
Get him tissue. So what else is going on? I mean, as musicians, how often you obviously don't get the opportunity to hang out together, because chances are, hopefully, you're all gigging at different places and whatnot. Is there competition amongst the bands for that dollar? Whoa, hey, simmer down.
I guess that answers the question.
I guess it does.
That was a sign.
But is there, Donny, you got stuff going on, and Lucid's got stuff, and Tamboura, and you're all looking to get somebody's dollar.
I think the good thing about this area is that in this room, there's so many different styles of musicians that we don't have to battle for anything, because I'm a rock and roll musician. These guys are playing country and funk and whatnot, and so I think that the market is pretty evenly spread around with that sweet feedback in the background.
I know, gotta love it. Oh, there it goes. Right.
Well, there is competition up, we played the Freight Yard Pub a couple weeks ago, and the fellow that does the booking, he does the booking for Water Street Grill also, and that place is stopping the music. So there's 2 nights a week right there that nobody's gonna be playing. So the people that played there in the Freight Yard are gonna be everybody's gonna be trying to get in the Freight Yard or restaurants like that. So there's a bunch of people there looking for work. Plus new people trying to break in.
Right.
That's right. And this is a tough scene to get into.
It's hard to get in.
Absolutely.
It's hard to get in.
Now, Patiokings, you guys are from the Northampton neck of the woods.
Yep.
Looking
That's
forward
right.
to hopefully trying to get you guys into my new studios over there in the fine FM land of WRNX.
Yes, Fred, I was just going to ask you about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about your proactive stance on music and whether it would carry on into your morning show.
I'm going to
on
try my
RNX.
very best.
I know it's going to be a tougher scene over there. It's a more commercial station.
Mhm.
But your support is definitely felt here. We felt really good playing your show, and we'd love to play it when you're there.
Talk to me a little bit about the difference, though, because you played the Berkshires and you play Northampton. What's the difference between the two music scenes here?
I think that both places.
And I'm sorry, you can introduce yourself
Okay,
to
yeah,
the rest of the class.
Kjell Ostlund, one of the Patiokings. I think that the music scene in the valley is hurting as well. It sounds like things have gone downhill around here. I think it's the same story there. A little bit about the competition. I think being an out-of-town band, there's a little bit less competition. I think bands tend to try to work together because then there's the possibility of, a band could come play with us in Northampton, and we could play with them.
Yeah, we trade gigs with bands that we meet in other places because the clubs in Northampton have enough reputation, the Iron Horse and Pearl Street and Calvin Theater. Not that we play the Calvin, but but we play the Iron Horse regularly, and so we can talk to other bands about switching gigs for the better venues that they play in Boston or New York, or sometimes we just find other small towns. We find that our best gigs are really the towns in the middle of nowhere where they really have to pay you to bring you in to have anything going on at all. And they love you and they just keep bringing you back and paying all the money that you ask for, and the people come because there's nothing else to do. But I think the Berkshires in particular sort of experienced a lucky streak for a while, and especially with the Berkshire Festival really anchoring a summer program of live rock music or soul and every other kind of music, it seems. But it's also interesting that as the Berkfest has gotten older, it's taken on less and less local artists onto its stages as well.
Well, that's one of the...
And I know why.
Oh, why is that?
Okay, Jim Gardner.
everybody.
Well, I've been hanging out with the people from Gamelan over the years, and give me the one without a cord to it. That was Jon Moore giving me a mic without a cable. That's good. I like that. But anyways, the way with Berkfest, since it was, had so many issues, to the public and the local government, what happened is that the select people were basically, saying you have to have local music. So in the beginning, it was kind of like a gimme, to the town to bring in local artists. But I think now that it's gotten so much more of a foothold, and that people are, not giving it so much of a hard time anymore, it's less of an issue. And unfortunately, that happened with the Patiokings this year. They played last year. They played, an opening stage. I think they were the first band playing, in fact. It was cool. They had some people, 30, 40 people there, but, they didn't get back in this year. And it's unfortunate. So
Is that it seems like a common trend, because you look at something like Lollapalooza, and when Perry Farrell from Jane's Addiction put that together, he had all these no-name underground bands. And now you go to Lollapalooza and you've got, signed $1 million bands that are going on. So what happens to the people that aren't the big names? What happens to them once Lollapalooza or Sunday Live gets so huge I end up in New York somewhere, and I'm interviewing Metallica, and, instead of whomever. I mean, what happens to you guys? Or do you do it on your own? Do you find someone to take my place? Or?
That's right. We look for a new Fred Schane, although we may never find him.
No, we're just going to follow you, Fred.
And get big alongside. That sounds like a good idea. I'm going to need to take a break, and then I'm going to get some more ideas and figure out who else is here. I saw Celia somewhere kicking around. It's good to see her here. Another Northamptonite. So we'll be back with more. I absolutely promise, because this is my last Sunday live show.
Kjell, how you doing? And Noah, how you doing? Good to see you. Mr. John, how's it going?
Yeah.
There's a blank one. Can you just swap out CDs?
Let me get a little further away from the microphone.
Yeah, what do you want to talk about?
Well, hold on. We'd all like to talk about our gigs.
And we're back. Yeah, we're going to talk about who's got gigs and what, and who, what, when, where, and why. But we've got Wendy. Don. God. See, I told you, I needed to start writing stuff down. Don Barbieri. Well, now, you said you wanted to throw your 2 cents worth in.
Yeah. In addition to Steve's band, I'm in a large funk and groove band, and we certainly play around here, but the venues are drying up, the clubs are drying up. So we would expand to the Albany area. For a while there, we were playing every Friday and Saturday night, just getting home, going to work, and turning around to leave and work for Albany again. But you had your heyday. You're hot in the clubs, and all of a sudden, it's like your trend has passed, and they've moved on to somebody else. And that lasted maybe 7, 8 months, where we were always in Albany or up in Saratoga. And you're hot, you think you got it made, and then boom, it's gone. It's gone. And sometimes the clubs too, we say, well, we'll do our advertising, we'll put up our press releases. No, we'll take care of it, we'll take care of that. And they don't. And you get there and nothing has been done for you. Right. Which was the case in Clifton Park and other places. And that's a disappointment, and no one knows that you're going to be there because they didn't follow through with the advertising.
Well, isn't that the musicians?
Well, that's what we thought. We offered to do it. No, we want to take care of it, and they don't.
Right.
And it's very frustrating.
Celia.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm fine.
How's your new CD selling? Hopefully you're selling millions of copies.
But it sounds great.
It does sound great.
It's a Patio King.
Thank you. It's doing fine.
Yeah?
Thank you for welcoming me in Berkshire.
Oh, you're more than welcome. How'd your CD release party go?
It was great. You weren't there though, so it was
I know.
less than
I'm sorry.
stellar.
I'm sorry. I had
That was pretty good.
major disaster.
Oh, really?
I think at some point in time. I had a disaster in my life
It was
sometime.
the day after we...
I don't know. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But so you're from the Northampton area. Now, last time I talked to you, you said that you weren't allowed anymore to play the Iron Horse. Is that?
They said it just won't work, Celia.
Right.
So I said, well, that's funny, but I have brought in over 100 every time. I guess that's not enough for you.
So, is there a lot of pressure with the Patiokings? They were talking about like bringing in new bands and new people. Do you do the same thing? You go out and you play, say, in the Berkshires, and you see another musician. Do you bring them to the Northampton area? Do you show them the ropes in your part of the world?
I may have done that once or twice.
Right.
What do you mean, a lot of pressure?
Well, because what happens if the musician snubs the club or whatever that you've brought in?
Oh, okay.
You know,
didn't
and then
happen to me.
it puts a
Are you
black
trying to tell
eye.
me something I don't know?
No, no, relax. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I want to hear that ladies' auxiliary ukulele song again. So, what else is going on? Who's got gigs? Who wants to talk about their music? Who wants to play? Does anybody want to play?
Play a song.
You want to play a song? Let's hear some music.
Music.
Let's play. Because this is my last Sunday live show. Steve and Pete are leaving.
Gotta go. Thanks, Fred.
All right, Steve Adams, thank you so much for participating in my last show. Highly appreciated. Peter, thank you.
Seeing you guys.
So we're going to have some people play us some music, because that's what this show is about. Playing music. Original, live, Berkshire County, homegrown. It's fresh, it's crisp, It stays crunchy and milk.
Can we play right here?
Yeah, you can play right
Okay.
there. Pull up a
Excuse me,
chair. Everything's. This is Steve Mole, everybody, who's grabbed himself a geek box.
Yeah. The only reason I want to play this is because it's brand new.
It's brand new.
Yeah.
Gotta love new music on Sunday Live. The last one ever.
It's called Almost Midnight. I hope I can remember this thing. It's almost midnight and I've been up all day. 6 more hours till the break of day. Well, I'll be alright tomorrow, it seems like every other day. Something new to change my view and send me on my way. The fog is lifting silently. The sun is on the rise. Just another day in paradise. Another day to shine. No sense in preaching to the choir, no sense in howling at the moon. Just forget about tomorrow, I said enjoy this lazy afternoon. You're told to toe that line, you're told to carry that load. But for some the game's no fun, just let the evening roll. The fog is lifting silently. The sun is on the rise. Another day in paradise. One more day to shine. Almost midnight and I've been up all day. 6 more hours till the break of day. Well, I'll be alright tomorrow, it seems like every other day. Something new to change my view and send me on my way.
Alright.
Almost midnight. Thanks, Fred.
That is Steve Mole, everybody. Who's next? Who wants to play a song? Anybody? Anybody? Any takers? Oh, Noah Boinay, Lucid.
I'll just make y'all cry.
That's what the country's
That's
all
all right.
about.
That's all right. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear a tune from Donny Sawyer. You get more. Actually, Donny Sawyer, you get a lot of requests here. That and the Patiokings, you guys get requested a lot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Glad to hear.
So thought I'd pass that along. Guy by the name of, I call him Cookie Dude. I'm gonna miss the Cookie Dude.
Cookie Dude.
Cookie Dude. He's a baker. Works in town for Daily Bread there, Dennis. And he calls up and asks for local stuff.
That's awesome.
So he's one of my biggest supporters.
Thank people like him.
We do. We do. Noah Boinay. What's a good word?
This is a new one too.
This is a new one?
We're all bringing out new ones for this.
Nice. Alrighty.
It's been 12 years since I've spoken. There's only 2 of you. Still I don't quite know where to begin. Just because I haven't said it doesn't mean I don't feel. I don't feel. So look at me. Look what I've become. Not much to the worldly eye, but I feel alright about myself. That's half the battle. Everyone is fighting.
taught me everything I used today. So if you ever think it wasn't enough, look at me. Look what I've become. Not much to the worldly eye, but I feel alright about myself. That's half the battle. Everyone is fighting half the battle. We're all fighting. I try to think of ways to repay what's the price on life today. Try to think of ways to repay what's the price on life today. Look at me, look what I've become. Not much to the worldly eye, but I feel alright about myself. That's half the battle.
No Boinay from Lucid. Thank you. Looking down at my phone lines. First off, hey, Sean Barry.
Fred, I got 2 minutes and I gotta blow out of here.
Alrighty.
And
Come on in. I have a feeling I know who's on hold. I hope he doesn't mind waiting for a minute. Sean Barry from the music store.
It's a cake for everybody here, all right? It's low fat, low calorie, all right? It says on it, to Fred, the music ambassador of the Berkshires. Best wishes.
Sean.
Claudia and Sean and the rest of the You can have your cake and eat it too, Fred. All right?
Wow.
And also, Sammy Brown can't be here today. Everybody knows he lost his grandson yesterday. So anyway,
I was going to make mention of that at the end.
Claudia and Sam and I figured since Fred's not working anymore, we can go out and get a job and play on a road, all right, or up in the mountains. This little backpacker guitar.
Oh my God.
We were going to give you a loud one, but we figured, it'll get dirty and scratched and everything else. So. Anyway.
That's sweet.
Oh my God.
So if I can say a few words, I'm out of here.
Help yourself.
Where do I go?
Go right there.
This big fuzzy thing here.
Oh my God.
How's that? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me out there?
Hi, my name is Sean Barry.
From the music store.
My wife Claudia owns the music store across the street, and I got to say, Fred's given us more plugs than any electrician in town. He's just done wonders for us. That's number one, okay? Number two, we carry every CD of every musician in the area that brings them to us. We play nothing in the store but local CDs, and I think David Reed will attest to this. We're still playing one of his albums from 1990, which is great. Excellent stuff. But anyway, we don't play anything but local CDs, so that's supporting the local musicians. A lot of people come in from the cities, and we talk up local musicians for parties and gigs and weddings and funerals and whatever you have, all right? Also, the only time we do listen to the radio is from 12 to 1 on Sunday for the Fred Schane Show, and that's no lie. That's the truth, okay? As an observer, I'm not a musician anymore. I just sell them. Oh, Fred, we also got you a harmonica here, all right?
Oh my God.
All right? Anyway, I'll give you a lesson if you want later in blues.
All right.
But anyway, I directed a band years ago called Midlife Crisis, and one of the things that I noticed about this area, I'm from New Jersey. Ooh. And you got a lot of people down there. Big population up there. The population I think is 12,000 in this community, supposedly during the year. All right. You get a lot of the people coming up on weekends and the holidays. when I put Midlife together, I studied the area, did demographic research, did club research, found out what kind of people go out, and the group that we wanted to attract were people from 20 to 50 that had kids. So we did our gigs on Saturday nights, because Friday nights you got to get a babysitter and it's tough.
Right.
So all these things were taken into consideration. We also took into consideration the place that we played. If they got a clean bathroom, 57% of the people who go to gigs are women. All right? They need a clean bathroom. That's that. But anyway,
smart.
the whole, it's marketing the product. There's some great music here, some great musicians here, and I'm sure a lot of times they get frustrated saying, Jesus, I'm working as hard as I can, I gotta buy a new guitar, I need an amplifier, I need cables, it costs money, it's not free. Somebody will go out and spend, $600 at a gambling casino and go home empty pocketed, but they're not at a loss. And I said, well look, if you listen to music, you're gonna walk away with something, it's a good memory. Midlife Crisis started out the Egremont Country Club, and again, I marketed it. Adding the Shopper's Guide. Shopper's Guide is the best thing for advertising, as well as SBS. The first gig we did, $2,500. We packed the house. I think some of the people were here. David, were you? It was incredible. The last gig we did was a place called the Rainbow Room in Manhattan for Demi Moore, a movie. And I was on the phone sanding a floor when their manager called me and asked me a price. It was a phone number on the wall, 5735, 528-5735. I said 5735. Boom, we got it. So as far as people commanding a certain amount of money, they've got to look somebody right in the eyes and say, our band gets $300.35 per performance. Instead of asking, can we have? Tell them. People like to be told what to do.
Right.
So you've got a talent, and a lot of the women, a lot of the men here have incredible talent. This is probably one of the most active counties in Massachusetts. I'm talking about Springfield and everything else. Their population and their band ratio is a lot less than Berkshire County. You go look in this music store, there's over 200 CDs in there, and they're all local people. Figure that out. You go to Springfield or any other store, there's no local CDs there, maybe 5 or 6, and that's it. So you musicians need support from the community. You need to network together. Somebody said something about competition before, I heard on the radio, and that's excellent. The more bands that play, the better off everybody is. There's enough out there for everybody. If there were one band playing every week, it gets old. But if there's competition, it's excellent. The music around here is so varied, from western to country to rock to fusion to jazz to blues to reggae to calypso. It's people can have anything they want on their plate when they go out.
Right.
It's getting some of the clubs here. Next Friday, Sammy Brown is doing a tribute gig to you, Fred, at Army Restaurant. Friday night from 10 to closing. This is specifically for you. Like I said, he couldn't handle things this week, but he's going to be fired up Friday night. We ask you and anybody here to come support them for Sammy's sake and Fred's sake. Support your local musicians. Let's see if we can pack Army next Friday. Get 6,000 people in there. Yeah. The police station's right next door, so they can call them and usher the excess out or carry the party over their parking lot. But anyway, Fred, you've been an ambassador. You brought the musicians and the listeners together, and you're the catalyst. And I hope to God WSBS finds somebody like you and continues this, because the only chance that musicians have in Berkshire County is this radio station. Having somebody here every Sunday from 12 to 1 and interviewing musicians, showing the pearls that these people have to give. It's a God's honest truth. I sit over there every Sunday and say, man, I'd like to sit in and play. But, I fix instruments and give lessons. Claudia has a store and she's done an incredible job. Also, everybody might know that Claudia is one of Fred's favorite fans. She loves me, but she likes Fred. But anyway, she's doing an incredible job talking to people, getting people, and it's just incredible. And you talk about volunteer gigs. I was down at Ground Zero for a long time, and I had people volunteer. Adam Rothberg came down there, and they fed him for free. He wanted to move in, for gosh sakes.
That's right.
Sammy Brown went down. There was a number of people. Bill Metz went down there. Maria Metz went down, all free.
Right.
Well, I paid the gas. But anyway, the thing is, when something happens, musicians come out of the woodwork, and they support other musicians. Okay? So I think Berkshire County has got the finest group of musicians in the state, maybe in the East. I don't know, but I'm really pro Berkshire County, and I'm pro you, Fred. And I hope to God they replace you ASAP, because these people need you, and you need them. All right. And to the county listeners out there, support your local musicians, please. They need money to buy equipment, for gas. They live just like everybody else does. They have to eat, they have to sleep, and they have to travel. They're putting art out there for you. Don't hesitate to go out and listen to it. Get a babysitter. Get your mother-in-law. Forget it. Get a babysitter. Right? All you got to do is just get out. You don't have to smoke. You don't have to drink. You can eat herbal essence if you want. It doesn't matter. Just go out and be there and support them, because their energy comes from you. The more people that they feel something from, the more they're going to give back. So God bless Berkshire County, Fred Schane, and all your local musicians. Adios.
Strawberry, everybody. And we're gonna kick out a phone call because I see somebody patiently waiting on the line. Is this Mr. Will?
No, how you doing? This is the ladies' man. I would say so myself. How are you, Fred, today?
I'm doing just fine. How are you?
I'm just sitting back having a little Cavassier. You know how things go with things, you know. I listen to Sunday Live with my ladies and drink a little Cavassier sometimes. I think we do that sometimes too. How are you?
Oh, we're doing just fine.
How are your listeners?
My listeners are loving every minute of it, I hope.
Yes, I heard Noah Boinay from Lucid. Yeah, he is a very nice musician. He plays very well, yes. I just get him to come over and play for my ladies sometimes, yeah.
Well, there you go. Noah Boinay is being invited to play for the ladies, man.
What's going on, Fred? What's
Not much.
Blacking?
What's that?
What's going on, man?
Not much. How'd the gig go? How did the big X...
Oh, we had fun with it, and I want to call to say a sad goodbye to you. This is a very sad day for us, man.
Oh, it's a happy day.
It's a happy day. Don't worry, my boys up in the Springfield area definitely gonna usher you in. I put you online out there with all the DJs out there, so they're gonna let them know that there's a new DJ in town, and they got some competition out there. So definitely, you know, I hope everything goes well for you. And you know, only thing I basically want to say is, I mean, thanks for the support for all the local musicians. I mean, you helped out a lot, just putting everybody on. You know what I'm saying, looking out for people, you know, in every genre, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's a big help. And I mean, you're going to be a big loss to the town, definitely. And I really hope they do find somebody to replace you in a sense of, you know, keeping the local music scene going. I mean, you can't be replaced, Fred. I mean, seriously, man. You meant a lot to every one of us out here, man. No doubt.
Well, it's actually pretty darn easy to sit in this chair.
Yeah, well, I hope everything is going, you know, and, you know what I'm saying, and all the local musicians keep doing the same thing they're doing, even when you're gone. But I know you're gonna come back and check us out and visit. You know what I'm saying? Do, you know. So I hope everything goes well with you, definitely.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Mr. Will.
All right. Everybody else.
Peace.
Peace.
Enjoy your day.
You too.
Mr. Will Ellerbee, everybody. He's done my show a couple of times. It's always good to see him. I saw Adam Rothberg kicking around. I also saw Seth Rogovoy kicking around. Wouldn't mind. Did Seth have to leave?
No.
No, they had to move his car.
Ah.
Yeah. No, he's here somewhere.
Adam Rothberg.
Fred Schane.
How are you, sir?
I'm great. How you doing?
Good. Do any good producing lately?
No, I haven't been in the studio all that much. Actually, I just got back from the Cape.
Oh.
Take a little vacation.
A little Cape Cod action.
Yep.
Good. Well, you look good.
Thank you. You too. You got a big old cake there.
I know. Does somebody want some cake?
A little guitar.
Do we want to like cut the cake or something? I don't know.
Should wait for the cake for later, otherwise we'll
I'm up to my little phone.
Yeah. So no cutting the cheese and no cutting the cake. We're gonna sing a song. I see Dave Reed from Tamboura has got his geek box out in handy. So you're gonna play us a song? I take it.
I can do that.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
How are you, Dave?
Hanging in there.
Hanging in there? Actually,
I get the dead mic now.
Yeah. That's all right. I can hear you.
You can hear me.
I can hear you. This is Dave Reed, everybody, on an hour-long special edition. This is the last Sunday Live show, at least while I'm here. Maybe somebody will take it out. I don't know.
Wish I could get you all birds in the ocean. Reach up into the night, pick you a star from the sky. I'll fix you a breakfast when the sun warms the bedpost. When I rock you in my arms as the moon takes its ride. Wish I could find you, my love, some sure way to reach you. Love to help you understand that I know how you feel. No, I ain't too good with no valentines or flowers, but what you mean to me only time can reveal. And now I'm walking through neon on city sleeping sidewalks. Got this half a cup of coffee on this Berkshire County line. Put a ring around your rose and you know that's all been said and done. But I spent all my time on this highway one. I spent all my time on this highway one. Not too much time spent behind this wheel. I've lost touch with how I really feel. Now I'm just like Sisyphus and I'm rolling that stone. Got me a wandering heart, you know I ain't much home. And now my body is aching and on my mind it is numb. Oh, I got too much time spent on this highway one. And now I'm walking through neon on city sleeping sidewalks. Got this half a cup of coffee on this Berkshire County line. Put a ring around your rosy, but that's all been said and done. Now I spend all my time on this highway one. Spend all my time on this highway one. Spend all my time on this highway one. I spend all my time on this highway. On this highway one. Thanks, Fred. We're gonna miss you, man.
That's, you know, I'm not really moving, and hopefully I can take y'all with me.
We're there.
I've got y'all in a happy little box. It's going to go with me to my new station, and I'm going to walk in there and say, you know, check this out.
I put a shameless plug. That's on my new CD, Eclecticity. I'll give you a copy before you head out.
I'd love it. I'd love it. Also in my studios, the author of The Essential Klezmer, Mr. Seth Rogovoy. Now, Seth is also music critic for the Berkshire Eagle, and when you receive a CD, what's the most important thing you could tell these musicians in order to get your attention to
money, waste money to the outside.
yeah, grease the palm a little bit. No, what do you look for?
Well, give me a minute to listen to it would help.
Okay.
No, but seriously, I mean, as far as the people in this room, when they send me CDs, I mean, I listen to them, and there's nothing really much that I have to tell them other than, you know, send them to me. Actually, half the time that's the battle, you know. I mean, not everybody even sends it to me.
Right.
So get it to me, and I'll take a listen to it.
All right.
And I'll, you know, I try every column, and I'm pretty consistent, I think, in touching on, you know, something by somebody local.
Right.
It's always been a real concern of mine, going on now for about 16 years.
Yeah.
And I think for both of us, you know, I mean, people have to realize that there's only one of us, and I'm not talking about the people in this room, I'm talking about the whole world. There's, you know, a lot of people out there. And you and I are up against lots of demands on our time and our space. And we're the good guys, and we're on their side.
Right. But it helps to put clarinet on there, right?
Only if it's played a certain way.
So, but what about packaging? Like if a garage band were to show up and mail you a CD that's got the magic marker on it saying this is track 1, this is the Yahoo band, are you less inclined to listen to that because it doesn't have the fancy packaging?
No, I really don't think so, especially when we're talking about a local group. As long as I know what it is. I mean, sometimes the magic marker isn't even on it.
Right,
and,
exactly.
And like you, I've got a stack of 40 or 50 CDs right next to me, and if it's not labeled, it's just going to get lost, and I'm not going to know what it was. So yeah, I mean, obviously, the more information that you can provide, the better. And it doesn't have to be. We're not talking professional packaging. What's most important is the information. Who is the band? How can I be in touch with the band if I need to get in touch with them and find out some more information about the players? Equally important is, when can I hear them live, or when can my readers hear them live if I can't make it out to that show? Because a lot of what I do, I try to tie in the recordings to live appearances, CD release concerts. And I mean, usually this stuff, it works that way, but occasionally it doesn't work.
Right. And how's your book doing?
Oh, thanks. It's still the best-selling book of all time on klezmer music.
No.
And there are a few others since mine came out. Now, what that means, it's not Harry Potter, but it's got its niche.
Well, it is a fascinating book, and you touched on a whole lot of history on that, comparing it to the classical music as well as jazz and current rock and roll and whatnot. So, well, Seth, it's been a pleasure.
Likewise, Fred. And I'll tell you, I'm going to miss you because it's been great having you here, knowing that it's not all on my shoulders. At least there were 2 of us.
Right.
I don't know what I'm going to do now.
Well, you got your work cut out for you. Okay. But hopefully what I'll be able to do is send some Pioneer Valley musicians in your direction. Sure. That's what I'd love to be able to do. And I'd love to get some of these Berkshire musicians into the Pioneer Valley.
Right.
Because that's a great scene to be a part of.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it.
Well, good luck to you.
Thank you, Seth. Thank you. Let's see. I see Donny Sawyer with a guitar and a ladies auxiliary ukulele orchestra member with a uke in her hand. So let's. Unfortunately, I do need to take a break, so we'll figure out what we can do right after this.
Can I just say, probably like a 30-second thing?
I gotta play both. 1 minute.
Oh, okay.
Whether it's classic seafood or southern,
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
We won't preempt
But can I say something on mic?
We
Just
should do
really quick.
So what are we doing? Yeah, we should do it right after this song.
Okay.
We'll do it for a laugh.
Okay.
I think it'll be great.
Yeah.
Good pre-owned car or truck, or if you want your present vehicle appraised, do what people have been doing.
You want a
for
guitar
years. Visit
too?
TAW.
Yeah, beautiful.
If you'd like, it's F.
What a guy.
I mean, it's T and C, but it starts on F.
Right. The local car buying community, which is why they keep
It only has F, G,
Remember,
and C.
Ensemble motto, it's where their customers
You want me to
send
take
their
your picture on that
cars.
for a second?
Where you should
Plus,
go for a car.
You could.
Is it running right now?
It's already running.
It's running right
The
now?
only tricky
Okay.
part
You want to
is
get over
go
there?
out
Let's
of
see.
time during.
There you go. There you are.
Anish does, but
You want to go over with Fred for a minute? You want to get your picture with Fred?
All the people that have ever sponsored my show, it's been a pleasure working with all of you. And Donny Sawyer's got his guitar in hand.
Yes. I played for 6.5 hours straight yesterday, so stick with a nice, easy, slow song.
Fair enough.
It's gotta be sad.
It's gotta be sad? Yeah. Are you gonna make me cry now?
I don't know. Maybe. You've been crying all day, so.
I know. Well, I do that every day. This is the last Sunday Live, everybody.
When she told my heart stopped, my blood ran cold, my temperature dropped, barely breathing with no sign of life. I never thought I'd live to see the day I die. When she told me about him, time stood still, my world would not spin. Our whole life together flashed before my eyes. I never thought I'd live to see the day I died.
and it's cold where I'm standing, much too cold to breathe, and my heart ain't understanding what's going on with me. Well, I always believe I go quietly in my sleep at night. I never thought I'd live to see the day I die. When she told me about him,
Very nice. Donny Sawyer, thank you so much. Now I need a tissue. Now you need a tissue.
Robby wants to talk to you on the phone.
What's that? What's the matter?
Robby wants to talk to you on the phone.
Robbie?
Yeah.
The one and only?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, let's do that. Let's do a little bit of this, that, and the other thing. Robby Baier, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing alright.
You guys having a party over there?
We are. There's about, I don't know, 100,000 people lined up out there.
That sounds awesome.
How are you? What's up?
I'm good. I just wanted to say hi and wish you all the best with your new adventures in the valley.
Well, thank you very much.
And I'm sorry I can't be there right now.
That's alright. You busy?
I'm busy. I'm editing a video over here.
Aha! A video of you or of
a video of the Melodrome.
Melodrome?
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, Robby, thank you so much for all your help over the course of the last few years. You've sent me musicians, you've turned people in my direction, and you've also provided us with some incredible music.
Well, you're welcome, and thank you for your service as well over there. We're going to miss you, that's for sure.
Well, hopefully someone can take over this big old chair, and who knows, maybe I'll be able to do something similar over there in the fine WRNX land.
Cool.
Alrighty.
All right, man.
Thank you so much. Alrighty.
Bye.
Mr. Robby Baier, part of Melodrome, also Soul Tube, the whole 9 yards. And while you're listening to Radio 860 WSBS Great Barrington, we're going to allow for one more, if that's all right, because, well, we've got a very rare appearance with a lady Auxiliary Ukulele Orchestra.
That's right. This is the solo traveling ensemble.
Aha!
And,
the solo traveling ensemble.
That's right. And I have a whole bunch of my friends here, and I think we all know the tune.
All right. Let's do it.
Bye-bye, Fred. Bye-bye, Sunday light. How will we survive without our favorite guy? Bye-bye, Fred. He's hosted the trading post. We like him the most. We're gonna miss you, bye-bye.
He played some requests. He played good tunes. We got down on our bare selves and howled at the moon.
He announced our birthdays and anniversaries too.
He admonished us not to eat too much cake or it would give us a tummy ache and all that hoo-ha.
Bye-bye, Fred. Good luck in all you do. Remember, we love you. Bye-bye, Fred, goodbye. Bye-bye, Fred, goodbye. Bye-bye, Fred, goodbye.
Yeah.
Well, that'll do it for me, everybody. You're listening to Radio 860 WSBS Great Barrington. Thank you very much for listening.
Nice.
Awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yay, Fred!
Here's the memory of the 80s.
in Iraq is a tax on Islam, and it's
Hey,
making
Fred.
Osama bin Laden a
Donny,
sort of mythical feature.
Oh,
man.
Oh, yeah.
Nice segue. Man, it's always going to stay there.
Oh, yeah?
Bye,
Appreciate
Osama.
We're going to miss you, man.
This is a fact.
Wow, I'm not crying.
We made him.
Damn.
Ah, I thought that was gonna do it too.
Me too.
We
I was worried.
Reverse. That was it.
To ABC's This Week,
I was
he
worried.
criticized America's foreign policy, saying
Oh my
it's
gosh.
Jewish groups.
Who wants cake?